So now let's wrap all of this up and put everything together. Okay, now that we've gone through all the patterns, right, let's see one thing very unique. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, see, let's have a look here. So do we all agree that this can be called a cup and handle? Cup and handle pattern, right? We can also call this somewhat a double bottom, right? Provided it's in a downtrend, we can call this a double bottom as well, right? Now, if I just pull this a bit like this, and I draw this, what do we have? Inverted head and shoulders, right? Can you guys see where this is going? Now, if I draw a line like this, can we say that we have a ascending triangle pattern, right? And if I were just to tilt this a bit upwards, then we would get a rising wedge, right? So can you guys see how all of these patterns are interlinked? Now if I just draw one line down like this from here, what pattern do I have? Flag pattern, right? Here's the pole, here's the flag. Okay, so are we starting to see some similarities and some patterns between this? Now we can also, right, if I get a pattern like this, this is my channel. Let me do one thing. See, we can get the same thing like this, right, where we get a channel pattern as well. If I pull this down, get a beautiful flag, right? So can you guys see all the patterns are interlinked? They're all essentially the same exact thing. Okay, it's just humans, we've given different names, different shapes, right? We like to be innovative, we like to be creative, and so we gave these different shapes and different names and different patterns. But essentially, if you go to see, they are all pretty much the same thing. Okay, they occur in different locations and different areas, that's fine, but essentially they all lead back to one essential thing, and that is support and resistance, right? All of these are just a derivative of support and resistance, right? It all comes back to this one key topic, support and resistance, right? So if we get this down, this support and resistance, if we understand this properly, right, it can do wonders to our trading. Even in the advanced course, we break this down even further, and most of the strategies, most of the concepts, right, they mostly revolve around support and resistance. So if you can master this one topic, this one area of technical analysis, you can become a successful full-time trader, right? As I am today, my study is majorly based on this one concept, support and resistance. Yes, we break it down much further, you know, how to take proper entry points, what should be our risk, what are some targets that we can expect. So we take this down and we break it down much further into much more detail, right, where we get precise entries, precise exits, and so on. And I've been doing this on a very consistent basis since the past 6 years. So there's nothing new about this, but yes, there are some concepts that you have to master, and we can take these things in much more depth. But keeping things simple, please understand that, you know, a lot of people, what they do is they tend to have fights or arguments that, no, this is a ascending triangle, this is a this pattern, that pattern. So I simply tell them that guys, it's all the same thing, right? They're all the same patterns. They all eventually come back to support and resistance. See, what are these patterns, right? They're breakout patterns. So either one is breaking above resistance or one is breaking support, right? That's all it is. It might be in a form of a trend line where it's breaking this trend line. Okay, but essentially then a trend line is a support or resistance, right? So in the end, these breakout patterns are nothing but a break of support or resistance. Okay, so if we understand that one concept, this one simple phenomenon, then it can do wonders to our trading, and it can make our trading much more simpler, right? Instead of really complicating it. So the best way to start off with this, start by, opening some charts, just run through maybe the past few months or 1 year and try to identify some of these patterns, right? If open any chart, open the chart of Reliance, and you'll see so many patterns occurring again and again, right? I prefer to see these on the daily time frame. Okay, so maybe you can start off there. You can do these on any time frame, hourly, 15-minute, weekly, monthly, right? Whichever suits your time frame. Okay, the higher the time frame, the more substance these patterns have, the more significant they are, right? Means they play out more successfully as compared to the lower time frames. So I would highly suggest to stick to the higher time frames, right? Maybe daily and above. Okay, that is when the probability of success really increases for these patterns, right? But again, keep one thing in mind: the higher the time frame means your duration, your time horizon will also be higher. If you're seeing these on the daily time frame, your targets might achieve sometimes the same day itself, sometimes in the next few days, or in a week, in 2 weeks. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind, right? So I hope this is clear to everyone. I hope everybody can see how they're all interconnected and how they're all related, and how they all essentially fall back to this one simple concept known as support and resistance, right? So guys, we don't have to make our trading and our technical analysis complicated. Okay, as I've been telling you, I've been following this one concept since the past 6 years, right? Trading full time. Yes, I have developed a very successful strategy which has been giving me around 80% accuracy since the past 6 years, and which has been allowing me to make consistent returns from the market, right? It allows me to become a full-time trader and live the trader lifestyle, right? Yes, there are some key aspects to it which we discuss in the other course, but simply put, it all revolves around support and resistance. Okay, so I like to keep my trading very, very simple. I like to keep my setups, my strategies very simple, so that there's not much stress involved in it. There's not much, searching, much analyzing involved in it. I like to keep things very, very simple. And it is the simple things which make you the money, right? When you try to complicate it by adding this indicator, that tool, it will only further confuse you. So keep things as simple as possible. Okay. And then apart from technicals, there are a lot of other things related to trading, right? There's trading psychology, there's having the right mindset. Okay, then there's your risk to reward, and so on. There's so many other things related to trading, right? There's your money management. So we will be discussing all of that, in some other courses. But to get you guys started off with, these are the best tools and best concepts to really start off with. And then once you're comfortable with this, you can take it to the next step forward, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're going to be ending the session here. I hope it was a great learning lesson for you guys, right? Keep reviewing this, keep practicing, keep going through charts, and that's it. So good luck to everyone.